respect for. I've seen him build his team. I've seen him build his organization. I've seen all of the work that he's put forth. And the thing that I love about him is that he has stuck and stayed. He has stayed with my econ. He saw the vision. He saw what my econ could do for him and his family, and he stayed the course. And because he stayed the course, he's at the top of the pile. So, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you brand new CEO Infinity, man, out of Florida, Mr. CeeJay Carter. Mr. Carter, are you there, sir?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. The call is yours.
All right, all right. So first I wanted to say, it's a great accomplishment, I'm super stoked, excited about it, but to me it's more of a team victory, so for me, I'm more of saying congratulations to our team because yeah, it takes hard work individually to accomplish this, but it really comes down to building a successful team full of people who also have the same vision, who also want to who have a common goal as well. So I want to share this. I guess you could call it a team victory. For our whole team. And also before I went into everything, I wanted to say thank you guys for having me on here. I haven't been on a Super Saturday in a hot minute, so I prepared a whole bunch of notes of things I wanted to share. I have a tendency to drag things out a little bit, so I'm gonna try to stay within that time limit. But I have a whole lot of value to share with you guys. If you want to take notes, that's great. But basically what everything is all about, remember at the very beginning of this call, Ivy was talking about, peaks and valleys in your business. And, my journey, our journey to CEO Infinity was all about peaks and valleys. My first peak being, when I first joined, half weeks hit EVP Infinity really quick, and I've had plenty of peaks and valleys along the way, lessons learned, areas where I needed to work on myself. And I could have hit it really quickly. That would have been, but I'm grateful for how long it took because I'm a completely different person now. I've learned so much through my econ, not only on the financial side of things. I've always been really talented in marketing, I guess you could say, but I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about how to grow with others, how to grow a team. And without those things, I don't think I would be where I'm at, or at least be able to sustain it. So let's go ahead and jump in. I got like six key pointers, key factors to a successful business. And this is the things that we developed over the years that helped us get there. So number one, you want to have a successful business. This is the first thing you want to write down: culture. Okay. Whether you already have a culture in your team or you don't, you want to start establishing one right from today. Okay. Culture is another word for continuation. If you think about it, think about your family's culture, your country's culture, where you're from, right? That culture is carried on over generation to generation. You want that same thing to happen in your business. You want to have a culture of positivity, a culture of helping one another, a culture of, basically being driven and chasing personal excellence. You want to have a culture in your team because what's going to happen is you only last for so long. The fire that you have in your tank only lasts for so long. Eventually, you're going to want to either retire. Eventually, you're going to be so successful that maybe it's time you can go out and enjoy your life. You don't want to be working your business forever, guys. I don't know about y'all, but my reason why I'm working so hard is because I don't want to work forever. You have two options. You could go and work a regular job, but there's nothing wrong with that, or have a career, or, you could build a business and be able to retire. I knew that when I used to work, fast food, I used to flip burgers, I used to do assembly. I knew that was going to be my life till I was at least 60, 70 years old. And now that I have an opportunity to be done quicker than that, I'm taking full advantage of it. So with culture, it's going to help your team continue to grow even without your presence. Number two, another key, okay? You want your business, and this also goes with culture, right? You want your business to run like a system, okay? Understand that the system is already in place. MyEcon, they already have the business built for y'all. The products, right? Everything that MyEcon stands for, everything that MyEcon teaches, it's already there for you. You know, the associate platform where you're able to build a business, it's already set up. This is already an operating system. It began before you, and it's going to continue after you. And you shouldn't want it any other way. You want a system run business, because what's going to happen, like I just told you guys a minute ago, you want your business to grow even after you, right? So if you embrace the system that you're a part of, right? You know, whether you get sick, whether you go on vacation, whether you put in the years, you put in the time, the effort, and you you decide it's time to hang it up, guess what? Your business is going to keep moving, and that should be your ultimate goal, because that's a real possibility here. Okay. I'm trying to move through the points fast, so let me know if I'm moving too fast. I'm looking at the comment section too. All right, number 3, duplication and progress. Okay, so this one's huge. This one's huge because this is what's going to create massive team. And we've had to do a lot of experimenting, a lot of learning, a lot of get a lot of feedback to get to this point. You know, you want to have a process that anybody can do, something so simple that anyone can do it, right? You want people in your team to feel like, you know what, that's simple, I could do that, you know, because if you run and you do everything so perfect, so high level, people are going to get intimidated. They're going to feel like, oh, I'm not that good with computers. I'm not good at talking about credit and talking about financial stuff. You know, I don't think I could do this. You know, they get intimidated. I want y'all to understand, and this is something that has taken us a long way, is to embrace those imperfections, not only your own imperfections, but, you know, you want people to feel comfortable embracing their own as well. Because guys, you know, one of the biggest secrets, not even a secret, one of the biggest aspects of recruiting that makes you get really good at it is understanding that your imperfection is actually your greatest strength, because it's the easiest way for you to relate to others. It's your easiest way for people to be like, you know, for example, me, I like to tell my story a lot, how, you know, I used to work over 80 to 100 hours a week. And Candace, my fiance, was still in high school when her daughter was 2 months old. And she was working at McDonald's when I got laid off, and I finally gave, you know, network marketing a chance. And look at how far it's gotten for me, you know? And I mean, that's like the condensed version of the story. But what it does is people are able to relate to that. But if I'm over here, you know, boasting about my accomplishments and, you know, the kind of lifestyle I get to live, like that's cool and all. People might want to get there, but they'll feel intimidated to where, I don't know if I could do all that though. But if people see where you're coming from, then they'll feel like, oh, you know what, I could follow this path. So that's very important. And hey, June, is it okay if I screen share so I can show you guys like a little bit of like our process? This is basically what our whole team is doing to see massive growth.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Let's go ahead and screen share. Boom, you can see my screen? Oh, June?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, great. So what we're doing, guys, is we're actually promoting on TikTok. And the reason why is because like this is the hottest thing on the internet right now. You know, so you want to be where the trends are. So right now the trend is TikTok and Instagram, you know, so just putting you guys on game real quick. So we're making posts about the business, and in our posts we're actually giving calls to action to go over to our Instagram. You know, people want information. And we're doing this on purpose because we're strategically positioning ourselves to have all the information laid out before them. So they'll go and see our TikToks that are promoting the business and be like, interested. Okay, go to Instagram for more info. All right. So we come over here and they see success stories about credit. Oh, I clicked on it, so it's going to take a second to pop up. And we already have highlights and everything that break everything down about making money, about traveling for less. You know, we show little aspects of our life. We also post our TikToks on IG Reels just to reach more people. And then what's happening is people will go through these stories, go through our posts, and already be like, okay, this is something I want to be a part of. So when they message, they already like know they're going to join. So what happens here is people are able to get more results with less effort, with less room for error, you know, because if you try to sit there and convince people to join, we learned over the years that that's very intimidating for people. So we try to make everything as systematic as possible. So I'm going to literally show you guys exactly what I'm doing. I'm literally copying and pasting. So I have message requests. They literally message me about what they're interested in, either the business side, the credit side. That's where we're getting the most results. And I'm just going to show you guys an example of like people who have signed up. For example, this guy, Jeremiah, he said, Biz, I literally just copy and pasted, and we're teaching all of our members to do the same exact thing. So, you know, guys, I'm just showing you guys how systematic it is. Copy, paste, and they ask a question or two, and most of the time they sign up. Now, obviously it takes, you know, some effort and work to get to this point where they're signing up effortlessly like that. Like you have to put in the work to set up like story highlights and all that good stuff. I don't have time to teach everything, but we talk about it a lot, right? And then we also take advantage of a system to basically, you know, get our information across to people. Like MyEcon has their online marketing system. It's very powerful. We use this one, but all in all, you want to have something that basically gets the information across to people and does all the convincing for you. You don't want to be stuck trying to convince people. You know, that's why MyEcon put in so much work to create that automated marketing system. And anyways, just to show like a couple more examples, right? This person, Biz, copy paste, right? They said they're done with the video. By the time I got to them, they already signed up. So I said, hey, I texted and emailed you. Like what's happening here is I used to try to convince people and whatnot. And yeah, I would get some people to sign up because I'm kind of good at what I do. But the people who would join me, they couldn't get those kind of results because, you know, they can't do that. And that's understandable. We understood that. So, you know, collectively as a team, we put together a process. Like Candace, she found the TikTok method and taught it to the whole team, put us all on. We're able to get a bunch of leads. And then I was able to take, you know, bits and pieces of what other people do. Like Javier is very adept with Instagram. So, you know, he already had a story highlight set up. He had a whole process. We adapted that and we put that into our process. I like to make everything seamless. I like to make everything efficient. I don't want to work all day. I want to get a lot done in a little bit of time because I want to hang out with my family. I want to be able to have time to do webinars for our team. So that's, I like finding ways to cut corners or be more efficient in our time. You know, people like Catherine and Bonnie, they would go live on TikTok and duet together. And we saw that as an opportunity for our team to feel, you know, to feel encouraged to go live, because it is important to go live and put your face out there. So we all came together and we found ways to make our team see massive growth and create a process that's helping us grow. And right now, I'm here to tell you guys, give you all a warning. We got a whole bunch of CEO Infinities on the way, just saying. But let's go ahead and keep going because I see my time is running out. Number 4, connection. This one's super important. Guys, as you're growing your business, you want to connect your people to the other aspects of the business. You want to make sure they're at every Super Saturday. You want to make sure that they go to the every opportunity call that's on the weekdays, even if it's just to learn about how to talk about the business, right? It's one thing to plug your people in. Personally, I don't like to do those kind of things. I want people to learn for themselves how to build their business because I don't want to do opportunity calls forever. You know, I want to create something that eventually they're going to be independent, you know, but I do encourage, you know, we do encourage our members to attend every single one of them because they need to learn how to talk about it. Right. Number 2, you want to make sure they go to every webinar, every training, you know, and also one thing that is very important, you always want to show face. Okay. You want to make a post in your group that you're in. If it's a Facebook group or whatever you're in, you want to show your face every day. You want to say good morning. You want to spread some positive message. You want to always be there. Okay. And this is important because what it's going to do is it's going to add to that culture that I was talking to you guys about, because then what's going to happen is anybody who joins you and other people's members, they're going to see you doing it and they're going to go and do it too. This is very important for growth because this is going to keep people engaged. And when people are engaged, when they're focused on something, they get more results. You see, you're not going to grow in something that you're not focused in. You're not going to grow in something that you're not immersing yourself in. So it's very important to immerse yourself and lead by example. And, you know, this is all about taking ownership of your business. Understand that this is your business. And just like the message you've heard over and over and over today, if you don't work it, it's not going to grow. If you don't do anything here, don't expect growth, right? So we got to take ownership, take accountability for that, and understand that we got to put ourselves front and center. Look at every person that you guys have seen, reach high achievements in this business. Every person that's on this panel that you've already heard from, that you're going to hear from, one thing that's in common with all of them is they take ownership of their business. They put themselves front and center when they have to, and they lead by example. And even if we don't know it all, like, guys, I'll be the first to tell you, my econ's all about financial education and financial success, and I'm still learning. I don't know it all, but I have no plugging my people into the people who do know about it, or wherever the information is, while I learn it. Right. So it's very important for connection, when you connect your people to resources that are going to help them win. Right. And that kind of leads into number 5. This is probably my most valuable lesson I've ever learned throughout my whole time in my econ, y'all. And other than the financial stuff, because I saved a boatload in taxes, y'all. But and also fix my credit. But humility. All right. This is like a leadership lesson that I learned, and it really kind of like opened the floodgates for my personal growth, at least in the business. And basically what I mean by this is, like, you want to always celebrate other people in your team. Y'all, if you've ever been to any of Ivy's trainings, he talks about it on Super Saturdays all the time too. He always talks about the 3 E's, right, of success. You want to educate, encourage, but number 3, you want to edify. And this is very important because, when you get to this point, you've had your fair share of achievements and success. And, if you're anything like me, you can get kind of big headed. And the reason why I say this is, like, me growing up my whole life, like, guys, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but like, I was a loser. Like, I was a failure. I was literally known for always falling short, or I didn't really have a lot of friends. I was very poor. You know what I mean? Like, I was never really favored. So for me, when I got a taste of that success, I kind of got a little big headed. Now, that was my moment for it to be about me, 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 like what I accomplished, the work that I put in. And what that does is, it makes other people feel underappreciated. Maybe it makes you look self-centered. And in that moment, you could feel like, yes, it's great for you, but you want to always, like, clap for others. You want to make it about other people. That's why in the very beginning, I told you guys, this is a team victory. It's not really about me. It's great that I'm getting honored for it, but, it wasn't just me that got here. I took a little piece from everybody. And so for me, this is a big lesson because, sometimes getting so caught up in being happy for your achievements, you are hindering your growth and success, because the people in your team, you're not letting them be great. You know what I mean? So even if you feel underappreciated, undervalued, we all been there, right? Or if you haven't been there, maybe you'll be there one day. Just understand that God has bigger plans for you. Bigger plans that are greater than anyone's appreciation, anyone's credit that they're going to give you. I used to want credit for things that I shared, or I've seen other people, want credit for the things that they've been able to do for other people that they never got. And they let that hold them back from the blessings that are in front of them, or in store for them. And, I just wanted to share that because you never know when you're going to reach that point. I want you guys to understand God has big, big, big plans for you guys. Okay. And then the last one is belief. Belief is very important, guys, because you're not always going to be on point. You're not always going to be, motivated, fired up, enthusiastic, right? You're going to have your days where you're on your lows, your valleys, right? You're not always going to be in your peaks. Things are going to be slow. You might go through a season of drought even, right? You got to stay true to your belief system. And that's what June was talking about. We stuck through it. We've been with my econ since what, like mid 2018 or something. It's been about 3 years. And, we've had our highs, but we've also had, our lows. And whether the lows were, it was just harder times, or it just wasn't the season, or we had problems within, or we were growing, you got to stay true to the belief. Trust the process, guys. Understand that, especially now, after we've been, doing this for years now, my econ's already got the path laid out for you. Your leaders, the people that you look up to, the people you're learning from, they already got the path laid out for you, forged ahead for you. They charged that path for you, or they followed the path laid out for them. All you have to do is go through it and trust the process. You got to experience the peaks and the valleys. There's no shortcut. But once you trust the process, I guarantee you will get there. The only way you won't get there is if you give up, and you don't want to be that person who gives up and then you see your peers who didn't give up continue on and accomplish all the things that you once had as your goals, but you gave up on them, right? And I can't tell you guys how many people have who joined around the same time as us or joined with us, and maybe they gave up along the way, and then now they see us doing well, and they want to they show us love, like, oh, I wish I never gave up. And I'm telling them, like, look, you don't have to. It's only over when it's all over, right? When God said it's all over. So I hope I didn't go over the time. I tried my best to keep it as short as I could, but just to recap really quick, guys, you want to have culture in your team. You want your business to run systematically. You want to follow a process that is duplicatable. You want to plug into a system of some sort that's going to help you get all the information to people as well as possible. Try to automate your business in any area that you can. Now that takes time, but and also you got to learn stuff. Obviously, you want to stay connected to your team and to the business, to my econ. Humility is very important, especially in terms of leadership. You want your team. You want to make sure everybody gets their chance to be great. That's the biggest part about a leader. It's not about you anymore. You should try to make it about everybody but you at that point, especially if you want your business to keep growing after you. And that's the ultimate goal, right? So yeah, that's what I had to share today. I froze up the very first time I did a Super Saturday, so I kind of I had to make up for it. I brought a bunch of notes, so I hope that helped. But thank you guys for having me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's brand new CEO Infinity, Mr. CeeJay Carter. Listen,